Good morning, guys. Well, actually, it's too early to say if it's good or not.
Hi guys. The original plan for today was to go and capture some sunsets, but obviously that cannot be done now because, as you can very well see, what is happening here. Rain gods decided to cancel my plan for me. Look at those dark clouds. Forget sunset, I think I won't be able to see the sun also for a few days now. So now as sunset is clearly out the window. That was a lightning, that was a thunderbolt, fell somewhere. Anyway, so as sunset is clearly out of the window, let's talk about another very important aspect of photography, which is composition. So without wasting any much time, let's just get to it. What is up, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are safe. Wait. That felt weird, right? And that is why composition is so important in photography and your videos. And that is the topic that we'll be covering today in this video. So the first topic that we'll be covering in this video is the rule of thirds. It is one of the most common composition technique used throughout photography and cinematography. It is actually a technique which I'm using right now as I shoot this video. In this, your photo or your video is divided into a 3x3 grid, as you can see on the screen right now. And you place your subjects on either of the intersections of the grid, either the left or the right. The right or the left. Right now, I am placed on the right intersection, and I am a very big fan of rule of thirds. Most of my photos are framed in that way. Rule of thirds is the most aesthetically pleasing composition techniques, and it is so because if you use it right and if you place your subject according to the rule of thirds, your viewers' attention and your viewers' eyes would be automatically guided to the subject where you want to draw their attention to. So now let us look at some of the photos which I have clicked and where I have used this technique of composition to frame my photos. The first photo which we'll be looking at is this. This was clicked at Bhigwan Bird Sanctuary in Maharashtra, and as you can clearly see, I have used the rule of thirds to compose my photo here. The main subject in this photo, which is the fisherman standing on the boat, has been placed on the right third of the photo, and because of the net going away out of the photo, your eyes are automatically drawn to my subject, which is this fisherman right here. Second photo which I would like to discuss is this one. This was again clicked at Bhigwan when we went for a college trip. This is a little different from the photo which we saw earlier. Although this is also composed using the same technique of rule of thirds, but instead of a single subject in the previous photo, this has two subjects. I have placed the tree, which is the bigger element or the bigger subject in this photo, in the foreground on the left thirds, and I have placed the boat in which my classmates are sitting, which is the second or the secondary subject in the photo on the right. So as you can see, both of them are placed on either intersections of the photo, but because tree is in the foreground and I have composed it in a way because I wanted the main subject of the photo to be this beautiful and half dead tree because it looks pretty amazing against that gloomy background. So yeah, as I was saying, I have placed the tree in the foreground and on the left thirds so that the viewer's attention instantly go to the tree, but because of the boat is placed on the next third or the other third, which is the right third, a lot of words. So as the boat is placed on the right thirds, the second point of attention of the viewers would be automatically the boat. And I don't know how this works, but it just works. Your viewers automatically are guided to either of the thirds. In this photo, they are first guided to the tree because it's in the foreground and it's on the left third, and it's closer to the viewers who are viewing the photo, and then automatically it goes to the boat which is on the right thirds of the photo. It is not always necessary that photos clicked in a landscape orientation can only follow the rule of thirds composition technique. For example, this photo right here, it was clicked in a portrait orientation. This is a photo of my mother looking out of the balcony, and as you can see it, if you flip the rule of thirds in a portrait orientation, this photo falls perfectly under that as my mother is placed on the right thirds. The next technique of composition, or the next rule of composition which we'll be discussing, are leading lines. It is again a very common technique used by photographers, and it is actually a very effective technique to draw your viewers' attention to your subjects. In this, you use the elements which are naturally occurring, which can be lines, which can be curves, or which can be any element naturally present in the environment, and you can use them to draw the viewer's attention to your subject. In this, you place your subject or you frame your subject in such a way that some lines, some curves, or some elements draw your viewer's attention into the photo, and you place your subject at the point of convergence of those lines or curves. So let's look at some photos. I think it's better you see it and you can understand it better that way. So this is a photo which I have clicked using the leading lines technique of composition. In this, as you can clearly see, my subject is placed at the point of convergence of the lines which are naturally being created by the railings of the bridge. So I have framed this photo in such a way that the viewer's eyes are automatically guided to the person standing at the edge of the bridge, which is actually my subject, because of the lines that are converging from the starting of the frame to the end of the frame. So here's another photo which I have clicked using the same composition technique, the leading lines. And as you can clearly see, I have placed the subject where I want the viewer's attention to be, on the convergence of two lines which automatically draw the viewer's attention to my subject. The first line being of the platform on which the person is sitting, and the second line being the line of horizon. This is a very good technique to draw your viewer's attention to a specific place in a photo, because it's the natural tendency of the brain to follow these lines and these patterns, and it automatically draws the brain's attention to that particular point. So the last composition technique which we'll be covering in this video is symmetry. And in this, you place your subject in such a way that it creates a natural symmetry in the overall photo, and which is actually very pleasing to the eye. So one of the most commonly used techniques when using symmetry to compose your photos is central framing or central placement of your subjects. If we go by the rule of thirds, you place your subjects in the central third of the photo. As you know, the brain is a big time sucker for symmetrical photos and symmetry, and when you use the central framing, it creates a natural symmetry on both sides of the frame, as you can see in this photo. So as you can see, I have placed my subject in dead center of the frame, and it creates a natural symmetry on both sides of the photo. And as we discussed, the brain likes photos which are symmetrical and which are centrally placed, because I don't know, maybe the brain is conditioned in that way. It creates that natural sense of aesthetic, and it leaves that pleasing effect on the viewers viewing the photo. Another example of the same technique used by me to frame my subject is this. This is one of my favorite photos. This was clicked way back when I was in Delhi in 2017. Not important. So as you can see, again I have placed my subject in dead center of the frame, and in this, the main subject would be this cat's left eye, and I have placed that in dead center of the frame, so it naturally creates that aesthetically pleasing symmetry on both sides of the frame. Also, one thing which I would like to say or discuss with you guys is I use the center framing usually when I'm clicking portraits, and specifically when the subjects are facing me. So the reason I do this is because one, the subject covers the maximum area of the frame when I'm clicking portraits, and when they are facing me, so they look dead straight into the lens, which creates a general connection with the audience viewing the photo or the viewers viewing that photo. So yeah, these were the 3 basic composition techniques which are widely used in photography. And before I end this video, I want to say 2 things. The first is, I know these rules make your photo look aesthetically pleasing, and you should follow them when you are actually starting out because they will make your photos better. But I would like to say that don't just stick to these rules. Rules, as you know, rules are meant to be broken. Quote alert. Okay. Rules are meant to be broken, so go out and break these rules of composition, and who knows, you might end up getting photos which are more aesthetically pleasing or more impactful than the photos clicked using the same composition rules. And the second thing which I would like to say is, as you might have noticed in these photos, that each of the photo or many of the photos use more than one composition techniques. So it's not like if you're using the rule of thirds, you can't use leading lines. If you're using central symmetry, you can't use the rule of thirds. So what I am saying is, these techniques can mix and match, and usually when you mix and match these techniques, your photos end up being more impactful than just framing or composing your photos using one of the techniques. So I guess this was it. I hope you liked my photos, and I hope this tutorial slash vlog was somewhat beneficial for you, and go out and try these composition techniques. Break the rules. First, follow the rules when you are starting out, and then when you think you are confident enough, try breaking them and go crazy with how you compose your photos. And what I say in the end? Yeah. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe to the channel. As always, your valuable feedback is always welcome. You can leave it in the comments below. Also, if you want to check out more of my photos, you can follow me on Instagram. Link is right here on the screen and also in the description below. So yeah, go out there, go click photos, go crazy. Bye bye.